Stuck at the same weights? Unlock gorilla-level progression. Double your strength in months. Hey, what's up, Iron Family? Welcome back to the Pump Room Podcast, where we don't just talk about building muscle, we forge it, one rep at a time. I'm your host, Dr. Aris Thorne, professional content creator, strength coach, and the guy who's dedicated his life to helping lifters like you shatter limits and sculpt bodies that turn heads. If you've been grinding in the gym, pouring sweat, but your progress feels like it's hit a dead end, same weights, same reps, no new gains, this episode is your wake-up call. Today, we're tackling progressive overload, the unbreakable principle that's powered every elite athlete from Arnold to modern beasts. It's not just about lifting heavier, it's a science-backed system to keep your muscles adapting, growing, and dominating without the frustration of plateaus. We'll climb through the top 10 strategies modeled after the world's tallest skyscrapers, each one building on the last, stacking value higher and higher. Expect deep dives into the how-tos, real stories from our community that hit home, science breakdowns to geek out on, and actionable steps you can apply right now. Whether you're a newbie chasing that first real pump or a veteran battling stagnation, stick around, because by the end, you'll have the tools to double your strength and feel unstoppable. If this fires you up already, drop a like, subscribe for more episodes in our Gains series, and hit that bell. Let's turn your workouts from routine to revolutionary. All right, let's build this tower of power. All right, let's kick this off at the ground level with our number 10, the China Zone in Beijing. This curvaceous colossus soaring 528 meters into the sky, inspired by ancient Chinese vessels, symbolizing the sturdy, unshakable base every great structure needs. In your lifting journey, that base is mastering the art of tracking your lifts. Without it, you're essentially building a skyscraper on sand. It'll look okay for a bit, but eventually it'll crumble under pressure. Progressive overload at its core is about consistently ramping up the demands on your muscles, be it through added weight, more reps, tighter form, or other tweaks, to trigger adaptation, hypertrophy, and strength gains. But how do you know if you're actually progressing if you're not keeping score? Let me break down the science here. Studies from the Journal of Applied Physiology show that muscles adapt to stress via mechanisms like increased protein synthesis and neural efficiency, but only if the stress is progressively higher than what they're used to. If you're winging it, guessing weights, or forgetting last week's reps, you're missing out on that precision, and plateaus sneak in. I've seen it countless times in my coaching. Lifters think they're pushing hard, but their logs reveal they're stuck in a comfort zone loop. Take Mike from Texas, a dedicated dad in his 40s who hit me up via DM after listening to our hypertrophy episode. He was benching 225 for sets of 8, week after week, feeling like his chest was maxed out, frustrated, demotivated, even considering quitting. "Doc," he said, "I'm eating right, sleeping okay, but nothing's moving." I told him to start tracking religiously. He grabbed a free app, logged every session, and within weeks, patterns emerged. Inconsistent warm-ups, no volume increases. He adjusted, bumped his sets gradually, and 3 months later, benching 275 for 8, chest popping like never before. Mike's message? Tracking turned my guesswork into a game plan. I'm hooked. But it's not just Mike. Sarah from the UK shared a similar tale. Deadlifting 185 felt like her limit, back aching from poor tracking leading to overtraining vibes. Once she started noting not just weights, but also how she felt, energy levels, soreness, she spotted recovery gaps and fine-tuned. Result? 245 pounds in 4 months, pain-free and confident. These stories aren't outliers. They're proof that tracking solves the massive problem of invisible stalls. Now, how do you do this right? Step 1, choose your tool. Apps like Strong, Heavy, or even a simple Google Sheet work wonders. Log date, exercise, sets, reps, weight, and notes like felt strong or form slipped on last rep. Step 2, review weekly.
Sit down Sunday night, compare to last week, what improved, what didn't, adjust accordingly. Common mistake? Overcomplicating it. Don't track every macro or heartbeat. Focus on lifts first. For beginners, start with major compounds: squat, bench, dead, overhead press. Advanced folks, layer in accessories like curls or rows. And here's a pro tip. Integrate RPE, rate of perceived exertion scale, 1 to 10 on effort. If you're hitting 8 to 10 consistently, it's time to overload. Avoid the ego logging. Be honest, or you'll plateau harder. Tie this to nutrition. Track if post-workout carbs help recovery for better sessions. By making tracking a habit, you're not just logging numbers, you're crafting a roadmap to gorilla strength. Spend 5 minutes post-gym. It's the investment that pays in pounds. Okay, that's your foundation laid. Let's climb higher. Scaling up to number 9, the Lotte World Tower in Seoul. This sleek, tapering titan at 555 meters, blending modern tech with cultural grace, much like how incremental weight increases blend raw power with smart progression. This is the meat and potatoes of overload, gradually adding load to the bar, forcing your muscles to recruit more fibers and build denser tissue. It's not about slapping on 20 pounds overnight. That's a recipe for injury and burnout. Instead, think micro-progress, 2.5 to 5 pounds at a time, week by week, to keep the adaptation engine humming. Diving into the why, research from the European Journal of Sports Science explains that mechanical tension, the stretch and pull on muscles under load, activates mTOR pathways, kickstarting growth. But if you jump too big, form breaks and gains halt. Incremental loading keeps you in that sweet spot, building confidence alongside strength. I've coached hundreds, and the ones who master this, they don't just lift heavier, they own the gym. Remember Sarah from Cali I mentioned earlier? Let's expand her story. She was a former runner turned lifter, squatting 135 but stuck, knees wobbling, doubting her potential. I felt weak, she confessed in our community forum. We dialed in increments. Start with empty bar warm-ups, add 5 pounds only when she nailed 3 sets of 8 clean. Nutrition tweak, more protein shakes post-session for recovery. 3 months, 270 pounds, legs like tree trunks, and she's competing now. Each small ad felt like a victory lap, she said. Then there's John, a 50-year-old executive from New York. Overhead press frozen at 135, shoulders screaming. Incremental jumps with deload checks turned his impossible into 185, pain-free. His tip? Film your sets. Bad form hides in plain sight. That nagging, "I'm not getting stronger" voice, this crushes it by providing measurable wins. Beginners use linear progression programs like starting strength. Add every session. Intermediates, wave loading, like 3 weeks up, 1 deload. Avoid mistakes like ignoring asymmetries. If one side lags, unilateral work first. Pro hacks, fractional plates for finer tunes. Pair with mobility drills to handle more load safely. Track how weight feels over time. If it lightens, overload time. This isn't just lifting, it's strategic warfare on weakness. Your barbell is about to get a lot heavier, in the best way. Now at number 8, the resilient One World Trade Center in New York, standing tall at 541 meters as a symbol of comeback strength, perfect for boosting rep ranges, where you push past your usual 8 to 10 into 12 to 15, ramping volume for metabolic overload that swells muscles like balloons. This isn't random, it's calculated to hit that hypertrophy zone, where time under tension sparks chemical cascades for growth. Science Spotlight, a meta-analysis in sports medicine, found that higher rep volumes while keeping intensity boost satellite cell activity, leading to more nuclei in muscle cells. Translation, bigger, stronger fibers long-term. But strategy is key. Don't just flail more reps, maintain form, squeeze at peaks. Tom's arm saga? Let's go deeper. He was a skinny guy in his 20s, curls at 30 pounds for 10, biceps flat as pancakes. Arm day felt pointless, he emailed. We strategized, dropped to 25 pounds if needed for 12 clean reps, Then build back. Added pauses at contraction for extra burn. 2 months, 35 pounds for 15. Arms gaining an inch, confidence exploding. From zero to hero, he joked. Emily, a mom lifter, applied this to Rose, stuck at 8 reps, back underdeveloped. Strategic boosts with drop sets resolved it. Now her posture's on point, pulling 12 easy.
For you, solve stagnation by auditing reps. If you're coasting, add 1 to 2 per week. Beginners, stick to 8 to 12 for basics. Advanced, pyramid reps like 15, 12, 10, 8 with increasing weight. Common error, sacrificing form for numbers leads to junk volume. Fix with mind-muscle focus. Visualize fibers firing. Tie to mindset. Each extra rep is a mental win, building discipline. Apps like Rep Count gamify it. This wave of volume, it'll flood your muscles with progress. Keep riding it. Leveling to number 7. The Ping An Finance Center in Shenzhen, a stacked behemoth at 599 meters, representing the layered power of amping sets from 3 to 4 or 5 per exercise for a volume overdrive that drowns muscles in work, forcing super adaptation. This builds on reps by multiplying efforts, ideal for hypertrophic plateaus where single-set tweaks aren't enough. From the research trenches, Brazilian Journal of Medical and Biological Research shows increased sets correlate with higher testosterone spikes post-workout, enhancing recovery and growth. But pace yourself. Too many too soon equals overtraining. Emily's legs again? She was hitting quads hard but flat results. 3 sets feeling routine. Upping to 4 or 5 with varied angles, leg press, extensions, sparked growth. Thighs thickened, squats jumped 40 pounds. Volume was the missing link, she shared in comments. Alex, a CrossFit convert, used this for chest. Bench stalled, added sets with pauses, chest ballooned. His story? From pushing limits to redefining them. That workouts feel shortchanged issue? Volume solves by delivering more stimulus. Step by step. Week 1, add 1 set to 1 exercise. Monitor recovery. Beginners, 3 to 4 total. Pros, 5+ with auto-regulation. If sore, drop. Mistake, no progression. Always escalate. Nutrition link. Extra sets demand more calories. Up carbs 20%. This overdrive? It's your turbo for gains. Floor it wisely. Number 6. Tianjin CTF Finance Center. Efficiently rising 530 meters, mirroring shortened rests from 90 to 60 seconds for denser workouts that keep heart rates high, blending strength with cardio for fat loss overload without extra time. This packs more work into sessions, boosting endurance and definition. Evidence from NSCA, shorter intervals heighten lactate buildup, signaling growth while torching calories, dual wins. Alex's endurance turnaround, sessions dragging, body soft. Cutting rests transformed him, abs emerged, stamina soared. Density made me lean and mean, he posted. Lisa, office worker, shortened for arms. Biceps responded, vascularity up. Time-crunched lifters get more bang. Implement. Time rests with apps. Start gradual. Beginners, 60 to 90 secs. Advanced, supersets. Error, gasping form. Breathe deep. Recovery tie, hydrate extra. Density gains, compact power. Unlock it. Midpoint at number 5, the Guangzhou CTF Finance Center. 530 meters of intentional build, like slowing tempo, 4-sec eccentrics for deeper tension, shredding fibers for rebuild. Trials in the Journal of Physiology, tempo tweaks rival heavy loads for hypertrophy via extended TUT. Jake's bench, slowed, plateau busted, chest mass added. Deliberate destruction, he called it. Mark applied to legs, squats deepened,
Quads grew. Fix, superficial lifts. Tempo deepens impact. Guide, count aloud. Integrate weekly. Beginners, 3-1-1 tempo. Pros, 5-2-1. Mistake, rushing. Focus breath. Mindset, embrace burn as growth. Tempo mastery, deeper strength awaits. Number 4, the Exchange 106. 445 meters smartly layered, like upping frequency, 2 to 3 times weekly per group for spread overload, recovery intact. Frequency studies, spreads volume, better gains. Leases back, extra days built V-taper, smart hits, big shifts. Rachel for arms, frequency fixed lags. Infrequent training stalls, frequency revives. Plan, alternate heavy and light. Beginners, 2x. Advanced, 3 to 4x. Error, no variety. Rotate. Nutrition, protein timing. Frequency, your gain accelerator. Top 3. Golden Finance 117, 597 meters unique. Like variations like gorilla rows to shock muscles. Variation research prevents ruts. Marks back. Variations powered up, fresh fire. John for shoulders, swaps ended stalls. Issue, boredom, variations engage. Rotate, bi-weekly. Beginners, basics first. Pros, advanced twists. Mistake, random, plan. This keeps progress alive. Number 2, Suzhou IFS, 450 meters, precise, like flawless form or range of motion for full overload. Form links to max gains. Rachel squat, depth, doubled strength, precision pays. Emily for pulls, range fixed posture. Cheated gains, form fixes. Check, film yourself. Beginners, coach cues. Advanced, eccentric focus. Error, ego, drop weight. Form, your foundation refined. Crown, Burj Khalifa, 828 meters king. Like deloads, 40 to 50% drop every 4 to 6 weeks for recovery, endless progress. Studies prevent burnout. Bends PRs, deloads revived. Pauses propel. Sarah for overall, deloads sustained. Overtraining, deload resets. Schedule, light week. Beginners every 6. Pros 4. Mistake, skipping, listen body. Deload, long-term gorilla mode. Iron Family, we've scaled the ultimate overload empire. From tracking bases to deload summits, equipping you to smash plateaus and build gorilla strength. Apply one tip today. Share your wins below. What's your go-to overload hack? Like if inspired, subscribe for series drops, notifications on. Muscles forged in mind. Keep grinding. Dr. Aris Thorne out.